I'm supposed to be riding on yours. There's a hitch to my start of your wagon. And the wheels.
That's a terrible wagon to be on. I think it's missing a couple wheels or something.
I'm Assistant Undersecretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I'd like to extend a warm hello and welcome you to your Loner Program Reprogramming Program.
Hey, what's up? My name is Eric Tremone. I am the director and filmmaker behind the film Loners that was released on Amazon Prime last year.
Introvert. A word that is not really all that dissimilar from the word pervert.
Here we are today using technology to bridge the gap between loners. Everyone is self-isolating right now due to COVID-19 here in March 2020. It's a very interesting time in the country and in the world, as a matter of fact. Some pretty scary stuff that's going down. So we wanted to try to add some levity to the situation and give you a little bit of background and insight on the characters who were involved to help create the film Loners. Just, Slate yourself, tell us who you are and how we came to know each other.
My name is Melissa Paladino. I play Denise in Loners. That's pretty much how we know each other. That's how we know each other through Tyson. I don't know if you know that guy. He's kind of weird. He's very strange.
Yeah, but tolerable.
He's kind of like the web, and we're all little flies.
Yeah, we got caught in it. So how are you holding up right now? Like with all this quarantine stuff that's happening?
I feel okay.
Yeah?
I gotta be honest, I'm not convinced I didn't already have it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm pretty sure like 3 weeks ago I had something pretty gnarly that I thought was the flu. Got tested, wasn't the flu. Got tested, it wasn't strep. So now I'm like,
Now you're immune.
Yeah, now I'm hoping the antibodies are kicking in. So I'm like the one who like goes out in the world, once a week to maybe do some grocery shopping because I have maybe the barrier.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those things. It's kind of a really crazy coincidence. I don't know. The writer who put Loners together for us, it's really bizarre. It's almost it's prescient, like what happened, like the fact that we're in this place in society and we made a movie about it and everything is kind of like coinciding is just really insane to me.
Yeah, I would say it. I'm socially, I can't be a social butterfly, maybe, but I am totally fine with staying at home. I'm a big homebody. Mm-hmm. It is a little strange though. It makes me anxious to have, people saying you have to stay at home, which, I'm totally happy to do. It's just,
yeah, it's the thought of not having a choice that makes it uncomfortable, I think, right?
Yeah, it makes me nervous, obviously.
And I think that's part of the biggest problem is a lot of people are experiencing that kind of social anxiety or lack, not being able to interact with others other than through digital means. It's putting a strain on people's psychology. And so one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was because I wanted to try to add a little bit of levity to it and to give people a chance to meet some of the stars of Loners that they have come to know and love. Yeah, you guys are stars. That's what you guys are. Come on, what else are we gonna call you? But really, like the fan response. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, even though it's kind of it's in small supplies, so to speak. It's an independent film, but I think people are really loving your characters and they find them relatable. And it's just it's interesting that we're at this place in time where it is so socially relevant. So I wanted to give you guys a chance to speak about your roles and kind of talk directly to fans. Here we are.
Sure. Yeah. I feel it's more maybe a little bit like now we have a wrapped audience. They got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
We're gonna make them. You're gonna enjoy this or else.
We'll go ahead and take advantage of it then, right?
Yeah, right. Might as well watch our movie.
Yeah, might as well watch. You got no other choice. So, welcome. Why don't you give me a little bit more background about yourself? How did you start off in acting and what made you decide to pursue that route within the filmmaking track?
When I was younger, I danced. I did ballet in Point. And then the place that I went to, as my ballet class was getting out, the acting class was coming in. And I always wanted to take that class. But we could only afford one class. My mom's like, ballet's what you're doing, mm-hmm. right? So I did that, and then we ended up moving. I started getting into productions at school, and the bug hit hard. I want to say high school, mm-hmm. and then I decided to major in it in college, much to my parents' chagrin. My father especially was like, got a major in being poor. And I was like, yeah, got a BFA with a major in acting and never really looked back.
Well, you don't want to advertise that you want to do more film too much, because I'll be more than happy to toss you in that gauntlet.
Do it, dude. I triple dog dare you.
Trust me, I will definitely take you up on it, so this isn't over yet. But
okay, perfect.
Tell me more about your experience and involvement on Loners.
Being on set at Loners was awesome, because it basically hung around all of our friends and just admiring, everything that Tyson and you accomplished up there. It was awesome. I would say, like, right now, maybe because I'm a little, nostalgic for being out of the house. But the commute was crazy, right? Because we're in LA and it was down, where was it? It was at Saddleback. So it's about an hour-ish drive.
An hour south of LA.
I don't know if you remember this, but on the way home, we always had to pass Disneyland.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And they were doing the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's actually a super cool memory, and it's got to be a nice way to punctuate each day. My days were more like a blur. I would often not sleep, so I was just going from one day into the next for 2 weeks straight. So it was kind of sleep deprivation. It was a weird time.
It's freaking crazy. We did that entire movie in weeks or less, right? I mean, it was insanity.
Yeah.
It was insanity what was accomplished in that time. On the budget that we had and the time frame that we had, it's remarkable.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I think it's a huge testament to the entirety of the crew and everybody really bringing their professionalism and A game, because without that, we couldn't have done it. So, I mean, all the actors were off book completely. And then we also had an amazing yet young crew that just really stepped up their game and brought their best to the table. So you're right. It really was a pretty crazy feat. But you know what's funny? People are shooting even faster.
Thank God we had that young crew, and they had all that, unbridled energy that we could just siphon off of it.
Yeah, right. What were your expectations versus what actually happened on Loners? Did you feel like you were properly prepared for all the stuff that kind of transpired?
Yeah, I mean, well, just in general, that it even got made, or that it was even an option to get made, kind of blows my mind, right? I mean, you never do. The play itself was the equivalent is off. I don't know how to explain it out here. It's 99-seat theater in LA. If you were in New York, you would say it's off Broadway. If anything happens to a run like that, and you can get lucky, it might move to off Broadway. If it's we're thinking far off in our dreams, maybe Broadway, maybe. Yeah. To think of an off to be made into a film is just incredible. Not only that, for a play to be made into a film and retain the original cast, that is really, really amazing. We
just really wanted to make sure that we were able to keep the group together as much as possible. Being mindful of things like race, class, and gender and diversity, and trying to be inclusive of all groups and stuff too, because that was really important to me. And it was a balancing act of all these different thought processes. So, and I think we managed to pull it off fairly well. So, I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Well, you should be. And I can only speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure I can speak for the rest of the cast. I'm really grateful.
Anything cool happened since Loners' debut? Have you worked on other projects? Or do you have your eyes set on anything upcoming in the future? I know that you're a mother now.
Yeah. Okay. So since Loners wrapped, I had a baby, and then while things were being cut and made and created into the masterpiece that it is now, we had our debut, right? We premiered. And then I had another baby. Since you've last seen me, I have created life. I hope that's, as impressive as it sounds. I grew a human in my body and expelled it, and now I am trying to take care of it on the outside.
All right.
Would you like to have a little glimpse of my
my
new addiction?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
She's snoozing, so 1 second.
I'm sure all the fans will love to see this. Oh, that's really
Here.
cute.
So I've been doing that, doing the whole mothering thing. That's pretty awesome. Very lucky.
Cool.
And I am now in my 3rd season of Shameless on Showtime.
Wow, congratulations.
One last season, so knock on wood. Well, you'll see me back on that.
Well, thanks for sharing your time with us today and adding, like I said at the start of this, a little bit of levity to everyone's lives that's trapped inside in a quarantine right now during this COVID-19 2020 scare.
It's been good talking to you.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see a face that's smiling. And to thank anybody who's been watching us. And it feels nice to know that we're a little bit more connected, even though we're in separate homes, trying to keep everybody safe.
You got it. It's the loner's theme, right? Alone,
Right.
but together.
And we stand up for our right to be alone. Together.
So,
Right.
all right. Well, thanks so much for your time, Melissa. And, we never know. Keep everything open. Keep your calendar open. We might want to do this again with you, depending upon the response. But, we'll keep it light and airy. People want to see you. They want to know who you are.
Oh, yeah. Well, keep me posted. Just give me a little bit of heads up. I'll try to squeeze you into my intermittent showering schedule. And, I'm pretty free. You know where to find me.
All right, cool. Well, thank you again for the time, okay? You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye, babe. Good to see you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to join and meet some of the Loners cast members. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me and them. I know this can be some trying times that we're under, but just remember that you're not alone and we're all in this together. If you haven't had a chance yet, please head over to Amazon Prime and give it a watch. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for all your support.